Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. This video is just a quick catch up on today and to talk about some of the emails that I've had on the website. If you want to email me, the address is admin@primeofmidlife.co.uk, so feel free to send me an email. I just wanted to tell you we've done the dehydrating, so that is 2.5 packs of mixed veg from the freezer. So that'll be going upstairs because it's the newest one. We have a variety of meals. If you saw the earlier video, no, I didn't do the potatoes, that can wait. So the mince is still sitting in the pot, I'll deal with that tomorrow. It's cottage pie for dinner tomorrow. I've had enough. So, but that's 11 meals, 3 lunches, and the dehydrating all done today. So I'm quite chuffed with myself, I have to say. It's been a very productive day. It's now about 6 o'clock at night, so I thought I'll put this video out and then that's me done and I can have a nice restful evening. So the emails that I got, the first one that I'm talking about here is from, who's that from? Tanya. It's about planned obsolescence, and I'm sure we've all found that. I especially know because we had to sell my parents' house last year, or yeah, just over a year ago now. And there's some stuff that they've had forever. And if I've had to buy it more recently, mine dies and I've had to go back and use their old one. Do you know, as Tanya said, hers was the kettle. You know, it just doesn't seem to last as long. So there's a lot of things that seem to be finishing rather quicker than they were. And I don't know if it's because we're buying cheaper versions. Like in Mum and Dad's day, there wasn't the cheap version. It was like for kettles, it was Mullin-X or Kenwood. Now you've got like Tesco's own, you've got B&M's own, and they're possibly the cheaper versions. I'm not sure if buying more expensive is actually worth it, because there's been a couple of more expensive things I've had and they've died just as quickly as the cheap stuff. So yeah, planned obsolescence is definitely a thing. Now, the next email I got, oh goodness, I can't even, was Naomi. Now, Naomi said to me about trying to put on a comment and she couldn't get the link, and the link is for don'tpay.uk campaign. Now, I don't know if that's the website or not. Now, I talked about this on the radio, and if you look at the poster for Don't Pay, it does not say don't pay your energy bill. What it says to do is cancel your direct debit. As I've told you before, my direct debit went from 150 to 347. I still don't pay £347 a month, you know, like almost 10 years later. So I had cancelled my direct debit and I just religiously pay it monthly. And if I need to pay a bit more in the winter, then I pay a bit more. So it's not that I don't pay my bill. I don't pay my bill via direct debit. And I think that's a very big distinction to make, because if you don't pay your bill, it can land you in all sorts of trouble. So, do you know, keeping everything careful here. I am not advocating that you don't pay your bill, nor is the Don't Pay organisation. What they're saying is don't pay via direct debit. And that is that's growing now, and I think it's going to grow pretty huge in October. So that was that, because Naomi could not get that link on the comments. Now, I've completely not put who sent me this email. But they said they saw the comment responding to one of theirs on an American Prepped website. And this guy is a sous chef. And the first bit of the comment, when he copied it, says he pays the equivalent of £2,300 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. He grows his own vegetables, hasn't eaten red meat in a year. In the grocery store near him, they have an armed guard in the meat section. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. An armed guard in the meat section. To look in the meat case, you have to show either your money or a credit card. Then they pat you down and let one person at a time into the cooler to look at the meat. You're permitted one package and none are over £1. Then you hand it to the guard, who has it sent to the register along with your payment while you continue shopping. And they search you on your way out of the meat case. A dozen eggs now costs what a ribeye steak did 3 years ago. A ribeye steak now costs a day's wages. And all of the whole chickens that used to weigh 3.5 to 7 pounds are now cut up into £1 portions and rationed, one per shopper per day. I mean, what is that about? That's just not normal at all. Granted, nothing's normal just now, but you know what I mean. That's not even in my wildest imagination would I be thinking that would be happening. And then we have Tanya saying about the refugees not being given houses to move into. And I think that's a huge thing, because we don't have enough housing in this country. We just don't. Not for everyone, and certainly not enough affordable housing. And don't even start me on the difference between social housing and affordable housing. Because, to give you an example, what they call affordable housing, in my area anyway, is 20% off the market rate. Now, as I've told you before, my area is quite expensive. 20% off the market rate is not going to help. 20% off the market rate in London is no use to man their beast. I mean, just totally useless for anyone who's working in Tesco's or, you know, an Uber driver or something. And yet all these people who are coming in, we're supposed to be able to house. We can't even house the people who are here now. I don't care whether they're refugees, whether they're local families. We do not have enough housing for the head count that we've got in this country. Because what's happening is the developers are building their houses and they're all luxury 3, 4, 5 bedroom apartments. Now, even if they have the legal requirement to put up affordable housing, again, big difference between social and affordable, there are ways around it. Take, for instance, my local town. My local town was supposed to have, they built a section of flat, they built a whole development, and the flats were supposed to be affordable housing. So what they did was they went to the council and they said, actually, in the village, 3 miles along the road, where the house prices are about 25% less than they are in my local town, so we've actually built the affordable housing there. It's still within your council area, so we don't actually have to build affordable housing here. We'll just make that normal luxury flats. And the council said that they could. So if my daughter wanted an affordable flat, she'd need to be in the next village. We're really struggling to be able to have families living around us. And again, don't even start me on the second homes for Airbnb. My boss has his house up for Airbnb. Now, he is forgiven because they split and he doesn't want to stay in it just now. So he's renting it out for holiday homes just now while he decides what he wants to do with it. That I do not mind. However, up on the Ardnamurchan Peninsula, where I used to go for holidays when I was a kid with my friend's family, I went up there a few years ago. There is like nothing. I don't know who works in that shop or that cafe, but oh dear God, 90% of those homes are holiday homes or second homes. There's no community left there anymore because they can't afford to live there. See, I told you should never have got me started on this. So yeah, so that's my wee, my emails that I've had this week. So as I say, please feel free to send me an email. I have no guarantees as to how I will respond to said emails. I might be very happy with it and be, yeah, this is a fantastic idea, or I may just like I've gone off on one about the housing. I mean, just ridiculous. So I hope you've had a fabulous weekend. I am now going to go and get myself a cup of tea and possibly some of those chocolate rolls that I purchased today as a wee treat to myself. So I may just go and be doing that, but enjoy your Sunday night. I hope you relax and I will see you again later.